I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career.
Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just for the Buyer Boys!
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely. Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car or you can bring it back.
Gilman, it's the way to go.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Support Specialist is now Groundworks. Book your free inspection today.
The Heidelberg Materials Surftex Quarry has been producing crushed stone since 1936. Our products are vital to our infrastructure and economy. We are committed to giving back and supporting our local community. As one of the largest employers and taxpayers in the area, we provide significant economic benefits to Garden Ridge and the surrounding communities. We are more than just a stone quarry. We provide a material to build the future.
And welcome to Davenport High School, home of the Wolves as they tangle with a team from down in the valley, the Del Rio Rams. The Rams come in with an 0-3 record. You know Davenport's Wolves are 3-0, so they're 0-3, we're 3-0. On paper, it doesn't look like much of a game, but you never know when it comes to high school football.
Well, I'm still excited from last week. I didn't get enough of that atmosphere. What a great game, and I got to give a shout out to Davenport's offensive line. They really did a great job and dominated. I know it was won by the last field goal, and that was a tremendous play, but you got to give a little credit to those guys. And so I know they're ready for the Rams, but I've been thinking about it last week all week, so this is going to be another good one.
That is Brad Lind. I'm Tony Brubaker. Glad to be with you on this Friday night of high school football. Nothing but beautiful weather here right now, right around 87 degrees. Kind of a northish, eastish wind.
Yeah, almost a crosswind here at the
that's
stadium.
about 8 to 10 miles an hour. The Rams won the toss. They deferred. So Davenport will go on offense early. Remember last week at Piper, Brady Hopper returned to kickoff in the second half for a touchdown. See who they kick to this time. Hopper is back with Scott. It's kind of a squibber. Fielded by Scott at the 15. Actually, he bobbled it, dropped it, then picked it up. Now he's got some size and speed on the right side. Tries to cut in, and here comes a flag for an illegal block.
Yeah.
That'll be back at the 35, so they'll end up starting back somewhere near the 20. Good return, though, by Caden Scott, the senior. Comes into the game with 13 catches, including a touchdown.
That was a hard kick to defend. I mean, to receive. The ball's bouncing around, and the wind is a little stronger than it looks like with the flag. So they were lucky to get the yardage. Now they haven't even walked the penalty off yet, so we're going to see.
Yeah, they got to get the right football out there. Our umpire tonight is Earl Tovar. Our referee is Jim Applegate. Hopefully we won't have to call their names very often and say that they made a bad call, because we don't do that very often.
No, we don't talk about them much.
So from the 26, it's 1st and 10. Tristan Torres, the sophomore quarterback, 50% throwing, 237 yards. That's who he hands it off to most. That was Brady Hopper off the right side. No, that wasn't.
Fallon, yeah.
Fallon.
Yeah.
I'm back at Piper, aren't I?
Yeah, you still
Barrett
thinking
Fallon.
about it?
Yes,
Fallon.
I know who it is.
Don't worry, we'll call his name a lot this game.
Fallon,
he's quite
an
a running back.
amazing running back, 641 yards on less than 100 carries. There's Scott going for a long one, just over his head as Torres led him maybe an extra yard or two. Scott did his best to get to it in the middle of the field against double coverage. It would have been a touchdown if he'd have caught it.
Yeah, Scott did something uncharacteristic of really good receivers. He kind of looked around while the ball was in the air. I don't know what he was looking for, but maybe that little stutter step cost him.
So on 3rd and 6, here's Fallon again, outside the right, going on the sideline, has one man to beat, and he gets caught from behind across the 40 at about the 37-yard line. It's a first down run. Let me tell you about Barrett Fallon. 97 carries, 641 yards. He's got 14 touchdowns in 3 games. Here he is again, right side. Dragged down by the ankle. Before the chain gang even got set, he'll get about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3.
He's just so patient. He sets his lineman up well. He's also a really good receiver. He's out there now in the pass route. Oh,
Torres looking for his tight end, and he grabbed it one-handed. Gage Hunter, the junior, with his 5th catch of the year, and that's good enough for a first down. So Torres is hot right at the start as the Wolves march down the field toward the end zone. I think that was Scott intended for, but it went off his hands.
Yeah, he had 2 chances at it. Almost brought it down for a touchdown.
So 2nd and 10, it'll be from the 17 or 18-yard line.
You have such a confidence in your passing game because you know you can give it to Fallon and get a first down. So the Rams better be ready to defend every phase.
Here's another throw. Scott on the near sideline gets pushed out of bounds at the 10. That'll bring up a 3rd and short, a 3rd and 2 for the Wolves, as we've played about 90 seconds so far, 10:24 to go in the first.
They've gone deep, with Scott twice, and so as a defensive back, you're told to get it 8 yards or 6 yards, whatever the scheme calls for. But once that guy kind of beats you deep twice, you start backing up. So now they took advantage of that. A little 10-yard, a little 8-yard out was an easy throw and catch.
The Rams want to call a timeout. So we'll keep it here since we've already missed about half of it. But the Rams are reeling. But again, this is a team that has been beat 3 times. They got beat at Tivy 41-20. They were back home to take on San Antonio Warren, lost 17-14, and then came to New Braunfels last week and lost 41-0. So they've struggled. They average about 11 points a game and give up 33 a game.
Well, they're catching the Davenport Wolves in an opportune time for them, because the Wolves are playing really good football. Kicking game, of course, winning a field goal like that, and their defense and their offense, they're just playing well in all phases.
Torres, a late flip. Fallon won't get much on 3rd and 2. It'll now be 4th down and 3 from the 11. My guess is they'll want to go for it here.
Yeah, they got a great kicker, but they're so proud of their running game and so comfortable running the football in this kind of situation. This doesn't scare them. They can really take a chance to get a first down here.
Torres to the middle of the field. That's a first down catch and into the end zone. It is a touchdown on a great individual play. And the Wolves go up early.
You know, being the first game or the last game before district starts, the Wolves have got lots of weapons that people are going to have to defend. That tight end is talented. He hasn't done a whole lot for them earlier in the year, but now he's a valuable part of this drive.
Gage Hunter with the touchdown reception. The kick by Ashton Mercer is up and good. It's the second touchdown of the year for Gage Hunter. The Wolves go up 7-0. We'll take a timeout with 9:48 to go in the first. This is the Wolves Network.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career.
Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Back to Davenport High School. They've got Rogers and Vila back to receive the kickoff of Ashton Mercer. And he is the senior who had that 53-yard field goal last week at Piper to, in essence, win the game. The kickoff will go through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So they'll have the ball at the 25, right?
Yes, 25-yard line. He has the leg to kick it out of the end zone all the time. I think against Piper they were scheme kicking or short kicking because Piper had they have a great return game.
Yeah.
And so this week he may just be wanting to boom it out of the back, which is not a bad scheme. And he hopes to get a lot of chances.
There. So the defense for the Wolves has given up 23 points a game, but they've had some games. They beat Veterans Memorial 51-13, Tivy 66-13, and then last week won at Piper 47-44. And there's a lateral because that was a backwards pass by Jaden Mendoza, the senior quarterback. Also plays a little running back, 53% passing for 159 yards in 3 games. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
No, that counts as a fumble. So they lost 7 yards on that, yeah.
He also has run for 212 yards and 2 touchdowns and has a 100-yard rushing game in the first 3. So he is more dangerous as a runner than a thrower, but that is typical of teams that play down in 36A. The handoff, stuffed up in the line, is the running back.
Number 12, Tovar on the carry, taken down by Peyton Woods.
Tackled by Peyton Yankee there.
Yankee in on the tackle.
Also brought us in on the play. Linebackers are very active for Davenport, as they usually are in a 3-4 defense. Sometimes your defensive linemen are occupying maybe a gap and a half, if you want to talk football jargon, and then you get the linebackers to run free and make most of the plays.
Herman Rodriguez was the running back, the senior, 6 carries, 4 yards. He got a yard on that one. Right now, Tovar is behind the quarterback. Fake the handoff to him. Mendoza wants to throw, and it's incomplete, intended for Nathan Mohaka.
Good pressure then by 8, Mike Jones on linebacker blitz. Stopped him short on that rollout and made him throw off his back foot, and he didn't get enough on it to get it to the receiver.
We'll call him Miles Jones from now on, just so you know. I know it's hard to see when you've got your glasses off.
Oh,
yeah.
You caught me. It is Miles Jones.
Yes.
Let's call him by his real name. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So the punter is on. That's Renteria. It's a low end-over-end kick. Will be fielded by Scott right near midfield. Nothing but white shirts in front of him. He gets through the first 5 or 6, tries to get out of the crowd, but gets brought down at the 38 or 39, where the Wolves will start 1st and 10 on a good run by Scott, a good return, I should say.
Yeah, that's not an easy ball to field either. Most coaches would be screaming, let it go, but he got a good bounce and gained probably 14 yards after he picked it up, so nice play by him.
Head coach J.D. Zimmerhansel in his 4th season, 34-8 is his record coming in. Doing a wonderful job with these Wolves. Hand off to the up back, and he's going to drag a defender along with him. Kale.
That's a good carry by him most of the time. He's the blocker for Fallon, and when he gets his carry, he makes the most of it.
Soledum with the carry of about 7. They fake it. Now they give it to him again. He's got a seam on the outside across the 20, the 10. One man to beat who he's down at the 1. He got dragged out of bounds by one of their linebackers, Jacob Ortiz, the senior with 29 tackles. Got him down inside the 5 at the 1.
I'd like to see that. I'm not so sure he didn't get in. The officials got much better view.
I think he tried to hold the ball and hit the pylon.
Much better view than me, but it looked like he was pretty close.
So we'll have 1st and goal. Here is Fallon into the end zone, and there's touchdown number 15. So Fallon in from 1 yard out.
Solidum did a good job. He made 2 good carries and very unselfishly lead block, makes it look like just a walk-in for the touchdown for Fallon.
And he's been a good blocker all along.
Oh, yeah. He's part of the offensive line crew that makes Fallon look good. Sometimes he makes them look good.
So Mercer's kick is good. We have another timeout on the field. 8:08 to go in the first. 14-0 Wolves.
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just for the Buyer Boys!
All right, we're back at Davenport High School. 8:08 to go in the first. It's 14-0 Wolves. As first it was Torres to Hunter from 11 yards out for a touchdown pass, and then a 1-yard run for Fallon, his 15th touchdown of the year. And there's another kickoff through the end zone by Mercer.
Right now everything's clicking for the Davenport Wolves. They get a 3-and-out and answer the first touchdown with another one. They're completing passes. They're running the ball well. 2 different running backs have gained mucho yards. It's just they're doing whatever they want, and they're playing really, really well. No holdover or no lapse because they had a great game last week. They're back in business, as we say.
Really no push against right now.
Right.
Yeah. The Del Rio has the ball again. 11.3 points a game in 3 games. Trying to get on the win column. Hand off. Good looking move that time. Tovar with the carry. Got a couple of yards.
42 brought us on the tackle.
Yeah. Tate brought us 20 tackles, 4 for loss and 1 fumble recovery. He's a captain. Is Tate.
Did we ever find out if Peyton Yankee had to leave the game because of a hit on the quarterback last week? He's playing now, so
I think he stayed in the game.
Yeah,
I think we saw that. Not real sure we did, but that's what I'm thinking. A 3-4 look. Here's a quarterback option run by Mendoza. He comes to the near sideline and gets up to about the 34. I guess they'll mark him out at the 33. It'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 for the Rams.
Nice looking quarterback run on the way. It's not much of an option. He kind of, that was a keep all the way there.
Right.
They saw something, a good way to block it, so Davenport will have to stop that because the Rams will run that again.
Well, they just caught everybody inside.
Yeah.
And the receiver had occupied the defense of the cornerback enough that there was space. They've got 3 wide on the near side now. Quarterback run to the left. There are defenders there. Good job that time. That was Brady Holton and Tate Broadus. Both of them get him for a loss back to the 28. So now it's 4th and about 7.
Yeah. Looks like the punt team's going to come on.
See who the punter is. This looks like Furman Rodriguez. He is one of 3 punters that has punted this season for them. Blow snap. Good kick. High kick. Doesn't carry very far. Scott will catch it at the 45. Make a couple of moves. Get across midfield before he's tackled down on a nice tackle that time by Jose Manuel Garcia.
You know, he doesn't get much stats for just catching the punt, but on turf fields, you know, there's somebody did this statistic. It's worth 17 yards just to catch it. So, you know, that's coaches always need to applaud that. That's a good play.
Without a doubt.
Just to field it is a good play. Almost 2 first downs.
So again, we have the ball in their territory to start with from their 49-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Torres, the sophomore quarterback, throws out near side. Good catch by Garza. A bunch of white shirts around him, but he still ends up getting, what is that? Almost 6 yards.
Yeah, looked like 5 of it was after the catch.
Yeah.
You know, he did a great job making 2 people miss and then powering through.
I mean, there were 5 white shirts when he caught the ball right there. Any one of them could have brought him down. Fallon, near side, does a spin move. Gets held away from a first down on a good tackle that time. Richard Camposis.
Yeah, you get used to watching him make cuts. That was one of those occasions he should have gone the other way. I bet he fixes that the rest of the game.
Fallon again, right side, big hole. Gets brought down from behind and then falls forward. Clear up to the 31, good enough for a first down. A bunch of people there to make the tackle, including one of the defensive backs, Dario Carrizales. Torres wants to throw. 5 receivers out. There's Fallon on the right side. Catches it, breaks a couple of tackles, drags a couple of defenders, and then a whole host of them come and push him back, but not until he has first down yardage inside the 20.
You know, if you're watching this, you'd say, well, wouldn't Del Rio try to put somebody on him all the time? He's their best player, best ball carrier. Yeah, they do, but it's easier to draw than it is to accomplish.
Right. Torres, crossing route. Good catch. That's Hunter again, Gage Hunter with another catch. That one will get about 6 to the 14, maybe the 13.
4 different receivers have handled the ball, and two kids running the ball. They're spreading it around. They're making it tough for the scouts for district games.
And that's okay. Fallon goes to his right hip now. Torres brings motion, flips it to Garza. Going right, had a blocker, cut inside, and got first down yardage inside the 10 on a nice little dive. Kind of plant your foot and go upfield.
Yeah, 4A schools around the area need to take notice. Davenport's the real deal this year. They've got a lot of offensive weapons. Got a sophomore quarterback that's learning how to work within the system and be very effective. So they're going to have a good year. They're having a great game right now.
Del Rio is reeling. They give it to Fallon. He gets wrapped up, still spins away. Matthew Abrego, the middle linebacker, had him but couldn't hold him as he slips it, gets inside the 5 at the 4.5. 2nd and goal from there. There's a pass across the middle. Garza couldn't hold it, though. A little bit behind him.
Just a little behind.
A lot of traffic.
If he has another chance at that catch, he probably comes down with it. That's their first real miscue of the night so far.
Game clock finally gone under 4 minutes as it stopped on the incompletion.
You know, the beauty of being able to go fast like Davenport does when they need to is they don't have to. They can go slow and be just as effective.
Fake to now they gave it to Fallon. He gets tripped up near the goal line. Again, a good tackle by Jacob Ortiz, the senior linebacker. So at the 2, it's 4th and goal. Soledum comes in.
Yeah, they bring the real fullback in. They're going to run this football for a touchdown. I'm predicting that.
Torres. They break the huddle. A little bit longer conversation than some. Tight end. It's Torres calling his own. No, it's straight to Fallon. And Fallon's into the end zone on a direct snap.
Yeah.
I almost said something wrong there. So the 3rd touchdown of the 1st quarter by Davenport.
Well, they didn't give us a chance to say, hey, the quarterback's a wideout. About the time the defense recognized it, Fallon was in the end zone too.
Mercer in for the extra point. At this rate, we'll have a backup kicker come in before the 2nd half is over. Mercer for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, good kick. It's 21-0, 3:25 to go in the 1st. Davenport on top on the Wolves Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
You know, kickoff and extra point, and we're still
and we're back at Davenport High School, where the Rams will receive another kickoff.
Yeah, this is his 7th kick. He's getting a workout already.
He is.
4 kickoffs. This will be his 4th kickoff, and he's got 3 extra points.
Again, Villa and Rodriguez are deep. And this one through the end zone.
Yeah, you could have put a old-timey hula hoop out there in the end zone. He's hit that spot 3 times now, 4 times now. So what an effective weapon to have a kicker like that.
And he's a senior. Had a senior kicker a couple years ago that was really good. So in 4 years of football, the kicking game's been okay. So from the 25, Del Rio will start 1st and 10. Jaden Mendoza, the quarterback. Bunch of receivers. 4 are out on a 2-by-2 formation now. Hand off to the the back right next to him, I should say.
Yeah, they faked the jet sweep and caught one of the linebackers to, cause one of the linebackers to head that way, but the rest of the defense was very effective on the dive on the other side.
2nd down, Del Rio.
That's 8, which is Nathan Mahaka. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. They've got a receiver topside, 3 near side, all 3 right at the hash. He wants to throw, has 3 receivers in a route, had 1 open in the middle, finally threw it to the sideline, and it's incomplete as it was intended for the receiver Aaron Smith.
I think he made the catch, but he's
out of bounds.
2 steps out of bounds, yeah.
Thanks for the clarification.
Still incomplete, you're right.
It's still incomplete. So 3rd and 10 now. They bring the play in from the sideline. Mendoza, a senior. Three receivers near, again, 1 to the far side. They're all spread out. Gives it to the handoff.
guess they were hoping to catch the Wolves in some sort of blitz that would open that up like a draw play, but not much yardage there, so they'll be punting for
Well, if you saw what I saw, their blockers didn't move anybody.
No.
Kind of hard to get running lanes if your blockers aren't occupying or moving any of the defensive players. And the 3-4 stack is you got 7 guys there, and you got 5 blockers. It doesn't bode well for you.
The math doesn't work well for them on that one.
Rodriguez with another tall punt, fielded by Scott at the 39. Gets by the first defender. Now has a blocker, comes out to the sideline, gets to the sideline, gets pushed out of bounds across the 40, where the Wolves will start 1st and 10 inside Rams territory again.
Excellent block by number 4 by the Wolves. Travis Singletary. Great job on the edge. Those blocks in space are not easy. He did a good job to get even more yardage than they would have gained.
So Singletary with a good block. The Wolves have the ball again, this time in plus territory at the 39 of the Rams. Still a minute 54 to go in the opening frame. Pass, slot receiver. That's Whitworth, and here comes a late flag.
I'm not sure what
Brendan
this could
Whitworth,
be.
the receiver.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this could be. Maybe, they're going to call illegal receiver downfield. That's a pretty tight call because that ball was thrown quickly. Not really the long RPOs that you see made famous by Baylor and some other schools. That was a quickly thrown ball, and for the offensive line to be downfield then is a pretty ticky-tacky call, I'd say.
The ball spotted now at the 44. It's 1st and 15. How far could, you get about 2 yards.
He couldn't have
run.
sprinting.
These guys couldn't go faster than that for 2 yards.
Yeah.
So hands it to Fallon. He gets wrestled down on a nice running tackle by one of the linebackers there, Adam Balavinton.
If you're Del Rio, you got to commit those outside linebackers,
Yes.
the ones that are inside the receivers, to the run. And when you do, then the pass is open, that little slant right behind them. So there it goes.
There's Scott across the 30. That'll be first down yardage as he stays on his feet and keeps running, or keeps moving down the field as the offensive line keeps pushing him. They can't get him down, and finally across the 20 he'll be marked down.
If anybody was unsure what a scrum would
Wow.
be, if you've never seen a scrum, there's a scrum. That was about 20 of the 22 players involved in it there.
Crazy. So 1st and 10 from the 23. Torres wants to throw again. Out of the flat, there's Fallon. Beats 1, beats 2, gets shoved out of bounds inside the 10. We'll mark him at the 5, maybe the 4, where it'll be 1st and goal. Good job by Carrizales again for getting him out of bounds. He's hard to bring down.
Well, that 5th receiver, if you don't get some pressure on the quarterback, that 5th receiver is hard for linebackers and safeties to find. So he's been open twice.
Torres to the end zone. It's awful low. Well, they're going to call it good. They're going to say Whitworth caught it.
One ref was unsure, so he looked at the other guy and said, "Come on, man, I caught that."
So Whitworth from Torres with 30 seconds to go. Mercer in for the extra point. Snap a little bit high, but the hold is good by Fallon. And Whitworth has his first touchdown of the year to make it 28-0 with 30.7 seconds to go. So we'll just keep it here as we've got to talk about some other things, like how many touchdowns are we going to score tonight at this rate?
I don't know. I don't want to say it too early, but on that extra point, at least the Rams have given up just a little bit. And
just a little bit.
With a 0-3 record and travel a long way to play a really good team, you say, I wonder how good Davenport really is. Well, this first quarter they've shown you, and you don't really have an answer right now. So the players on the Rams, they got to get it together. They got to do something different, or it's going to get, like you said, how many touchdowns can we score?
And we have a roster of theirs that has about 60 or 65 players. I'm not sure they have 65 players on that sideline.
I don't believe they brought that many with them on this long trip.
Yeah, I don't think they did either.
Impressed with their fans, though. That's a long way to come to watch a game.
Without a doubt. Mercer to kick it off. A low line drive kick spins into the end zone right on the W.
That's his spot. They should stand right there if they want to return one.
I don't think they want to be honest with you. So they will bring it out to the 25, where the Rams will start 1st and 10.
I don't think they've had a first down.
One of their offensive players just went to the coaching staff. Play clock now at 18 and running. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Play clock now at 10 as they break the huddle. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Mendoza takes the snap, little bubble screen almost, caught, nice catch by Santiago Ortiz, the sophomore. Will end up getting about 6 yards.
Well executed wide receiver screen, or hitch screen they call them. Receivers don't sign up for football to say, gee, I want to be a blocker all the time, but they learn how, and they're doing a good job.
One guy got a good block. The other guy pushed his guy out enough to give him a lane to get up the field. So really both of them did a good job, as that'll be the final play of the first quarter. So we'll take a timeout at the end of 1. It's 28-0. Wolves will be back with the second quarter after this timeout.
Wow.
With you back at Davenport High School on the top of the beautiful press box. 12 minutes to go, second quarter. 28-0 Davenport on top of Del Rio.
I'm not quite sure. I don't think the Rams have had a first down. I believe they've 3 and outed and punted 4 times now in the first quarter. So
there's Tovar with a carry up the middle, but he gets met and pushed back. Colton Pearson was the first one to make contact, I believe, big 52. But there was a bunch of them there waiting for him. So 3rd and 5. It went from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 5. They lost a yard. As this defense of Turner, Vestal, and Pearson, the starters.
You know, Davenport may not be used to this, a team actually huddling on offense. Most of the teams in San Antonio are at least able to hurry up.
There's a throw to the edge, a good catch.
First down.
And a first down. Aaron Smith, the receiver. There is their first down to the 38-yard line.
That's legitimate RPO. You know, if you're familiar with that kind of thing, the quarterback is reading that like an option play. He's trying to see if he should hand it off or should pull the ball and throw it. And the quarterback executed it really well that time.
So they'll break the huddle as we go under 11 minutes to play in the second quarter. 2-by-2 receivers. Mendoza brings motion, fakes the handoff, and he'll keep it, and he gets buried. Down low was Miles Jones.
And on top of that was Broadus. Great play by the linebackers right there. A lot of eye candy, a lot of misdirection with the motion and the counter play, but the quarterback kept it. Linebackers didn't fall for any of it. They were right there for him. -2.
Junior Jacob Rice comes in at one of the ends to spot Pearson. The coach is getting some backup skin here in the first half. So 2-by-2 receivers again. Motion again. Mendoza keeps it, wants to run it, gets popped, but falls forward and gets a gain of about 4 or 5 to the 41.
You know, he's a big, powerful runner. You don't want to say just for a quarterback, just period.
Right.
He's a big, powerful runner because he's part of their run game, not just scrambles on pass. That was a well-executed play by a running quarterback.
3rd and 7, they're up to the 41. Got their first down on this drive here in the second quarter.
First completed pass, too.
That is correct. He wants to pass, does Mendoza. There's pressure. He breaks it. He's got one man to beat. Broadus kind of fakes him and gets out of bounds for another first down.
Quarterback keeper, number 7, Mendoza.
So that's their second first down of this drive.
That's enough for a first down, Rams.
Yeah, he's going to have to do some things like that with his legs before his passing game gets good and open. So
he had Broadus right there wanting to tackle him, and he just juked him pretty good, didn't he?
Yeah, he made a good move. Broadus won't fall for that again.
No, he won't. He thought he had the angle on him, and he just got out-angled. So 1st and 10 from the 48. They have not been in Wolves territory yet. This is their first opportunity with 2-by-2 receivers. They want to throw it, knocked down by the backup defensive end, Jacob Rice. The junior got a big paw on it and slapped it backwards.
That play right there, that drives offensive line coaches and quarterbacks' parents crazy. You know, let the kid throw it, man. We're trying as hard as we can. You can bat a ball around. That affects your completion ratio. You know, it just really makes you frustrated because we had a guy open. Well, that hand was in the way. That's a nice play by that defensive end.
Well, he saw it because Mendoza caught the ball and instantly turned his shoulders and held the ball up. He knew it was a pass, so he didn't rush anymore. He just stood there and got a hand on it. Good coaching on the defense. 2nd and 10. Mendoza wants to throw. Comes sideline. A completed pass. And then buried is the receiver, Caleb Vila, with his 8th reception of the year. And that puts it for 3rd and about 7.
Well, they've got some first downs now, and they've actually crossed into Wolf territory. So they're doing better than they were in the first quarter.
So with 8:48 to go in the second quarter, they've reached Wolves territory. See if they can piece something together now on 3rd and 7. Exclusively passing now. Here's thrown over the top against the cornerback, Johnson. It's incomplete as it goes over his head. Looked like almost a catchable ball initially, and then he just couldn't find it and bring it down.
Well defended by the DB, so we're going to have another punt.
And another punt. Austin Garza, the intended receiver. So from the Wolves 49, Rodriguez in to punt. Scott back to receive. From the, he lets it bounce. Don't touch it now. I thought that touched one of their players back about the 10, but they say no, it'll roll to the 1.
You know, just earlier I told you how important it is to catch that. Now look at the predicament they got in. It wasn't an easy ball to catch. I'm not saying.
But he could have fair caught it.
Right.
You know, raised his arm and fair caught it, and then not have to worry about getting hit.
That's about as bad a field position you can get. But I still like Davenport's chances. The way they've been running the ball, they found, what did I say earlier, 4 different receivers and maybe 5 different receivers now. Quarterback's having a really good night throwing, and the offensive line is doing what they always do, and Fallon's been really, really effective so far.
Fallon, Solidum, Torres the quarterback. Split receivers either way. Hunter's the tight end. Up the middle. Fallon for a tough 3 yards to the 4.
That just makes you feel better, though, when you're not when the quarterback and their backs are not lined up in their own end zone. It just makes you feel like you've done something. And
Well, okay,
That's
now
a big play.
you say that, but they're
They're
standing
still back there. Yeah. I forgot everybody's in the shotgun.
They're
now.
not midway into the end zone, maybe.
At the back of the end zone.
Yeah, from the 4, they're still in the end zone. Torres must be changing the play. Play clock at 12 now. Gets the word out. Still talking to the offensive line. Play clock at 7. Gets the snap. Hand off to Fallon. Had a big hole. It's a nice run out to the 9. Still be 2 yards short. It'll be 3rd and 2. Got pipped by a couple of guys, Hernandez and Belvalton. This is Solidum. First down run up to the 19. Nice.
You know,
he's a punisher.
He's such a compliment to Fallon's style of being patient and he just runs right through and he becomes his own blocker. You don't want to be the first guy to get there.
No. So up at the 19, it's 1st and 10. We're out of the end zone now as the drive continues with 6:53 to go in the second quarter. Fallon. They're getting to his legs a little bit quicker. That one about a 6-yard gain up the 25, but they're nicking him and bumping him.
Well, you want to give the defense credit for a good play, but he gained 6. So that's the same thing we said last week. He's so patient. It looks like he turns something into nothing into something almost every time.
Another timeout by Del Rio. We'll keep it here.
Del Rio, that's their second charge timeout.
Talk about what's coming up in future weeks for the Wolves. Next week, they're at Pleasanton. Then they have Kennedy at home. Then they're at Fredericksburg. And then week 8 is Somerset here. And I believe we've talked about, I think we'll be here with them that week.
Right. And they've got all their games that they've got to prepare for. But watching some film for another team, the Canyon Lake crew out there, the Hawks and Canyon Lake are getting better. And that's going to be their biggest, their toughest contest, I think, in district. But that's much later in the year. That might be the last game of the year.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm not mistaken. But they've signed up to play a lot of 6A. They got this rivalry going with Piper. I don't know how long Piper's going to stay in it when they do realignment. But this is a 6A team, so their players should not be intimidated by anybody. They played, the highest classification and doing well.
2nd and 4. Fallon. No, Torres took it back and gets sacked. Good play by a blitzing linebacker. Actually, it's a defensive tackle, Giovanni Rubio. His 2nd sack of the year. He is one of the players that had a sack on the team, makes it 3rd and about 8.
If you are going to learn how to do that RPO stuff, you've got to do it against live defense. And so some of that, they're going to have to just take their lumps. And as the quarterback sees himself on film, he'll do better.
Right.
But those aren't easy to execute.
Fake it to Fallon, throw it to Whitworth on the edge. Had some blockers, then the defense rallied to him, and they get a stop, and they're going to make us punt. It'll be 4th and 9 from the 20. We need to get to the 29 for a first down as we go under 5 minutes and 40 seconds in the second quarter. Here comes Mercer to punt for the first time tonight, and a stop for Del Rio.
I don't know if we saw him punt last game. I don't remember. It's been a while, but you got to give a little credit to the Rams. They've played better
defensively right now.
Offense.
Yes.
Yeah, they've played better this
quarter.
quarter.
Yeah, they got a couple first downs, didn't they? They put a rush. Mercer's kick into the wind, kind of turns over, gets a good bounce. Their returner didn't want anything to do with it, and it'll roll inside the 35 to about the 30.
And Del Rio will take over on the 31.
So they're at the 31 is where they're going to spot it. So they'll start 1st and 10 with 5:06 to go.
That was a good punt by the whole punt team, to cover it well, and the punter obviously did a good job. When you say flip the field, you want to take your bad field position and turn it into bad field position for the other team, and so they did a decent job there. Even though they got stopped, they still put their defense in a position to be successful.
Right. Mendoza, the quarterback, has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He wants to throw, and they've thrown almost exclusively lately. This one, a nice pass, and it's caught.
You know,
Good job by Santiago Ortiz, the sophomore.
I'm not so sure the Wolves weren't in man coverage there because that linebacker vacated the spot for the short throw that created that big gap for the throw. And he needs to hang in there. And that's not easy to do, but he needs to hang in there longer, make the quarterback turn his shoulders and throw the short one.
So same setup with 3 on the far, 1 on the near. They hand it off this time. Not much room there. Down at the bottom of the pile is that defensive end, Hayden Turner.
And Broadus again. Yeah.
And Broadus again.
Turner's just pretty solid up there on the left side of the defense. You know, that it seems like a lot of running plays go away from him and the linebacker on that side, of course, too. But he didn't get too many name call outs, but he's a solid player.
That was Aaron Smith, one of their running backs, who got that gain of a couple of yards. So 3rd and 2 from the 39. They've started to move the ball a little bit here in the second quarter. Under 4 minutes to play in the half. Motion, quarterback keeper up the middle, hitting the hole, and I think he stopped him. Good job that time by middle linebacker Peyton Yankee, who met him in the hole and gave him no gain.
Yankee didn't fall for that move that he used earlier. That was a great open field tackle.
Mendoza lost his strap.
You know, sometimes those linebackers, they grab all those straps and towels and stuff. They're kind of mean kids.
They want to pull it out when you're down on the ground because they just want to show you who's boss.
Yeah, I got bullied by the linebackers when I was a kid.
So they bring in Rodriguez to punt. Low snap, he gets it. This is a nice punt. Scott needs to come up to field it, and he doesn't. It's a sideways roll this time, and it'll be down at the 27, where Davenport will start 1st and 10.
You know, at 28-0, you tell your punt returner, don't take any unnecessary chances. The ball's ours as soon as he kicks it. So, you know, it's a whole different quarter. We were go 28-0, and Davenport could do no wrong on offense and defense. And now, you know, they've got just a little bit less than 3 minutes to try to get a score in this quarter. The Rams have played better.
And they have stymied the offense of any real success. So 1st and 10 from the 28. Torres to Fallon. Muscles his way for about 3 yards up to the 31.
Taken down by number 2.
Not a whole lot of room for him right now. He's not getting the holes he had early. So the defense is fired up. 2nd and 7 from the 31. Motion. Fake the flip to Whitworth. Fallon comes and gets met in the hole and doesn't get much. He doesn't get maybe a yard.
It's small things, those things that were just clicking and working for 8, 9, 7-yard gains. They can't get a yard now. So it's just something different that the Rams just decided to, you know, play better.
Brago met him in the hole, so it's 3rd down and 6 from the 32. Motion. That's a timeout by us, right?
I think timeout Davenport.
Okay, so Davenport calls a timeout. We'll keep it here right now. So there is 1:59 to go. Still plenty of time, but you've got to get the first down here. They put it back to 2 minutes.
I guess they'll count that as the 2-minute warning too.
You know what? That's what it is.
Well, Davenport was in a situation where it's 3rd down. If they snap that ball and they're not successful, they have to punt, even though they're going to get a 2-minute warning timeout because they would have gone ahead and ran the play on 3rd down. So that timeout was necessary because they didn't like the way the Rams were lined up, or they weren't sure if they called what they wanted to call. So this is a big down, even though we've got a score of 28-0. The Wolves don't want to give the ball up in this quarter for the rest of the half. They want to keep the ball.
What I hear you saying is their defensive line's kind of awakened.
Yes,
these guys are starting to play like you're supposed to play football. There's a hole. There's a man open. He threw it behind Garza again. Dayton Garza, the sophomore, had the pass go behind him again, and it's incomplete, and we will have to punt.
You know, I'll say something positive about that quarterback on this incomplete. His play action, and of course, the threat for Fallon to run the ball makes everybody on defense have to look that way. But the quarterback's play action, he causes people to come play the run when they should be defending the pass. And so that, if he connects with Garza on that one, that could have been a touchdown.
Right, no doubt about it. Mercer to punt. Decent spiral. It'll hit at the 32 and bounce. Well, it got inside the 25 and then rolled back above it. So they'll mark it at the 25 with 1:45 to go. Del Rio has the ball again.
You know, Mercer, one of those old school kids, he punts and kicks. A lot of times those are two specialties that don't mix anymore, but he's an effective punter. He's flipped the field twice now and given the defense a chance to play on that side of the field. You know, you could go back to the Davenport punt return where they didn't field the ball and it rolled down to the 1 yard line.
Right.
Well, you know, those things don't show up in the statistics of a game, but that gives the Rams a great chance to play inspired defense because they know they've got Davenport pinned down there. And Davenport's a little nervous about all their plays. They're not going to run everything there, so that really helped them in this second quarter.
First time tonight, Mendoza with a couple of running backs beside him. He gives it, and a nice run that time.
Number 8, Mojica on the carry.
Mojica with the run. Give him 4 up to the 24, or 29, pardon me. It's second down and 6. That one, we hadn't seen that formation with both backs, and the right back blocked for the tailback who got it. So a good run by them. Scheme-wise, they're opening up just a little bit more. And I like the fact that they're not throwing every play like they've done on a couple of drives. Split receivers, 2 in the backfield and a tight end. Hand it off again. Caught, though, by the big guy, Hayden Turner.
You know, that takes some real discipline as the play caller. You're down 28-0. You think, well, we've got to throw this ball to get back in the game. And then the defense, of course, knows that. So they've stuck to their game plan, and they've been effective running the football here in the second quarter.
Turner with a good tackle of Tovar. Came into the game with not much yardage, but he's been the primary ball handler or running back for them. Play clock at 10. Game clock goes under 40.
Not in a hurry. I think they're content to maybe call timeout here or try. Maybe they're going to get. I don't think they're going to get this play off. Oh, I was wrong.
They get it off. Hand off. Caught in the backfield, though.
Number 12, Tovar on the carry.
Tovar. And Davenport calls a timeout. We'll make him punt.
And that brings up 4th down for Del Rio. Timeout. Davenport.
Yeah.
Their first
Yeah.
team out of the first half.
You know, you wonder why Coach wants to use their timeout with a score of 28-0. They're going to need that kind of clock management. Every fan, every broadcaster like us says their clock management's terrible. They should do this. That's something you have to practice in a game situation with kids knowing, am I running on for the punt team? Are we going for it? Or, you know, what's our first play after we return this ball? There's so many things that you can just talk about on a, you know, in a team meeting or on the chalkboard.
Right.
I'm saying it old. I mean, on the
No.
dry erase board, you know.
Yeah.
But those kind of things, you think, well, 28-0, we don't need to do this. Oh no, they're going to need that later in district.
And that's when you do it because you're not in as dangerous a situation, but you're still practicing that. Hey, what right now? What if it's a tie game?
You know,
we got to be ready for this.
That clock management stuff. That's not just the head coach being a smart guy. It's things that you rehearse.
Right. Martinez punt.
This ball needs to be fielded.
Low line drive, catch it on a bounce. Scott at the 38. Kind of feels his way through and then gets hit across midfield. There'll be about 11 and a half seconds. Enough time for one play from the 44. So 11 and a half seconds to go. The offense will come on out.
Should have time for, I don't think they can get 2 plays, but they've got, you know, you got to practice this stuff.
This is a where you'd like to use a foul and run. You haven't done much, but you don't want to put it on video. Torres rolls to his left. He's got a man on the edge. That's Garza out of bounds at the 40 with 6 seconds to go. They're going to try a field goal.
You know,
the winds are negligible right now.
He can make it from there, but they're working on their hurry-up stuff. They know what their field goal kicker can do.
So 2-by-2 receivers all looking at the sideline. Big compliment to the offensive line that has played steady tonight. Had a great first quarter, not as good second quarter, but that's because the defense woke up.
Yeah, that one sack, that's a young sophomore quarterback trying to learn how to read that RPO stuff. That's really not on the offensive line.
So Torres to throw, has a man in the middle of the field. That's Whitworth. He gets hit as soon as he catches it. It's a first down catch, but that'll be the end of the half.
I don't know if we're going to get the end of the half or not. I know that the coach is right in that guy's ear trying to get it stopped. Let's see what happens here.
See if they give him the timeout on the catch. Back judge normally has the clock, right?
Yes.
Well, it is the end of the half. So Davenport, who scored all 28 points in the first quarter, leads it 28-0 at the half. That'll give Coach something to holler about.
Yes, sir.
We're back after this timeout with a bunch of stuff to wrap up the halftime, and then we'll talk about the second half when we come back in a few minutes on the Wolves Network.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career.
Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family-owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just call the Buyer Boys!
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely. Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car or you can bring it back.
Gilman, it's the way to go.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest.
Today, we're fixing a home's foundation.
I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Foundation Support Specialist is now Groundworks. Book your free inspection today.
The Heidelberg Materials Surftex Quarry has been producing crushed stone since 1936. Our products are vital to our infrastructure and economy. We are committed to giving back and supporting our local community. As one of the largest employers and taxpayers in the area, we provide significant economic benefits to Garden Ridge and the surrounding communities. We are more than just a stone quarry. We provide a material to build the future.
Life doesn't stop for injuries, and neither do we. Schertz-Sibyl Emergency Clinic is open 24/7 with no wait times, top-rated doctors, providing pediatric and adult care, and advanced diagnostics like CT scans, X-ray, ultrasound, and on-site lab. So whether it's a sports injury, cold or flu, or a halftime mishap, our facility is there for you, offering everything from minor to major medical care. We're here for every Wolf, players, fans, and families, because the Wolves never slow down, and neither do we.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career. Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family-owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just call the Buyer Boys!
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Good evening and welcome to the exciting halftime show of Davenport High School, featuring the Diamonds varsity dance team, the Dazzlers junior varsity dance team, and their special guests, the Danville Darlings. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our Wolfpack dancers to the field. Your Darling social officers are Ariana Salvador and Blanca Lopez. Your Darling officers are Landry Hernandez, Peyton Clark, Lillian Perez, and Liliana Rivera. Your Darling Spirit Girl of the Week is Alexis Jewett. Your Darling of the Week is Zaylin Lopez. Your Dazzler officers are Zanae Prito, Kenzie Juarez, Stephanie Vasquez, Lily Vetter, Alexis Dalton, and Alice Blevins. Last week's Dazzler of the Week was Elena Weston. Dazzler of this week is Aubrey Benavides. Your Diamond Social Officers are Annabelle Scott and Sismai Victorine. Social President is Sienna Welty. Your Diamond Dance Officers are Junior Lieutenants Emily Laraway, Sophia Ortiz, Emery Weinman, and Senior Lieutenant Sophia Plant. First Lieutenant is Alana Stanford, and your Diamond's Captain is Alexi Lenning. Diamond Dancer of the Week is Jayla Gomez. The Diamonds and Dazzlers are under the direction of Sarah Gentry and Christina Weinman. The Diamonds would like to thank their headliner sponsors, J. Sapia Consulting, Kinderhouse Pediatrics, and Bush's Chicken, as well as their showstopper sponsor, the Club at Garden Ridge. Tonight, they are performing a field jazz routine to Any Way You Want It. The Wolf Band recognizes members of the community who have gone above and beyond with their support with the title of Honorary Drum Major. Tonight's Honorary Drum Major is Lisa Swint, Mayor of Garden Ridge. Mayor Swint has served on the City Council since 2019 and was elected mayor in May of 2025. She has been an avid supporter of Comal ISD's music program for many years. The Wolf Band is proud to be Garden Ridge's marching band and is looking forward to working with City Hall for many years to come. Tonight is band night, and we are thrilled to have over 160 7th and 8th grade middle school band students from Danville Middle School join us on the field for halftime. We began 5 years ago at Davenport with 33 performers, and there are over 350 performers on the field tonight. We are going to start by playing Louie Louie. Our Danville band has consistently earned superior ratings at UIL since the school's opening in 2018. Danville band has also consistently had the most students earn all-region band honors, with 55 students making the all-region band this past year. Wind Ensemble and Symphonic Band have received awards for their exceptional musicianship the past 2 years at the TLU Band Festival. In addition, the Wind Ensemble earned 5th place at the state level of the OPS competition in the varsity concert category, and Symphonic Band earned 2nd place at the state level of the OPS competition in the non-varsity march category. Both bands have been recognized in competition at the national level by the Foundation for Music Education. Next, we will be presenting the Davenport High School Fight Song with our combined middle school and high school bands. We want to give a big shout out to Kelsey Lean and Michelle Gonzalez, band directors at Danville Middle School, for making this possible. Thank you for joining us tonight, Danville Middle School band students, and thank you for the amazing work you do as part of the Wolf Band. Next, the Davenport band will perform our 2025 marching show so that the middle schoolers can get an up-close look. The Wolf Band is under the field direction of drum majors Matthew Desolitz, Natalie Drickta, Carter Elza, and Sadie Hernandez. Woodwind captain is Hayden Humphrey. Brass captain is Caleb Adkins. Drumline captain is Benjamin King. Front ensemble captain is Ashley Leone. Color guard captains are Yanni Garcia Cole and Adea Levitt. And now for the members of the week. The section of the week is the color guard. Freshman band members of the week are Callan Strickland and Jake Evans. Percussionist of the week is Kyle Dumas. Band members of the week are Enrique Gonzalez and Kaylee Casillas. SLT member of the week is Logan Franklin. Color guard rookie of the week is Saifa Anaswa. Color guard member of the week is Jaden Cuevas. This evening, the Wolf Band would like to perform the first 3 parts from their 2025 show entitled Wanderlust. Baritone soloists are Milton Amaya and Xavier Wolf. Flugelhorn soloist is Caleb Atkins. Now presenting the Wolf Band's 2025 show entitled Wanderlust. We would like to thank our symphonic level sponsors, Bags by Awesome Greeting, and our concert level sponsors, Franklin and Let's Get Things.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career. Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Since 1990, Buyer Plumbing has served our area with service you can trust.
We're family owned and operated with a licensed, loyal staff.
You can count on our work for years to come.
You can trust family-owned and operated Buyer Plumbing to do the job right. Right now, save $300 off any water heater or water softener system. Plus 0% financing for 18 months.
Just call the Buyer Boys!
In Central and South Texas, your roof isn't just protection, it's peace of mind. At Casa Roofing, we've spent years providing reliable, top-quality roofing solutions. Whether new construction, full replacements, or small repairs, our team has you, well, covered. Whether rain, wind, hail, or the hot Texas sun, protect your home with the experts Texans trust. Call Casa Roofing today for a free inspection.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
We're back at Davenport High School. Tony Brubaker with Brad Lind to bring you exciting second half action of this battle between the Wolves and the Rams of Del Rio. The Wolves scored 28 first quarter points. Torres to Hunter from 11 yards, 7-0. Fallon from 1 yard out to make it 14-0. Fallon then from 2 yards out made it 21-0. And then Torres to Whitewater made it 28-0. All in the first quarter. And then the second quarter we were scoreless, as neither team got near the end zone, largely because Del Rio's defense kind of woke up and their offense actually got a couple of first downs.
Yeah, they know that momentum thing with the high school kids playing football, 28-0, you say, well, this is kind of done. Well, the Rams probably went in at their halftime thinking, we got better, we played better. Davenport, on the other hand, ahead 28-0. Their coaches had a lot to squawk about. We're not playing very good right now. We're not on offense, on defense. We're not catching kicks. We need to do better all over. Coach, we're up 28-0. Well, that doesn't matter. We got to play best. We got to play our best no matter what happens.
So you challenge your defense. Hey, get a turnover.
Yes.
Do something.
Yes.
Create something for your offense to have a short field, which they've had all day, and that led to the points. It's when they didn't have the short fields is when they struggled.
You got to have good habits all the time, and this third quarter is important to both teams.
Mercer with the kickoff. This one's short, bobbled, and fumbled at the 7. Coverage down there and stops him at the 15 by popping him good 3 or 4 different guys. I don't know if the ball came out because everybody hit the floor or hit the ground. But so the Wolves get him down. The ball will be spotted, at the 16.
Really good field position for Davenport's defense right now. They need to, set the tone early in this quarter and get back to doing the things they were doing. Late there in the second quarter, the Rams were able to run the ball. They were able to complete some passes. Quarterback running game was pretty effective. We'll see what happens this first drive.
Linebackers Brown, Broadus, Yankee, and Jones behind Pearson, Vistel, and Turner. There's a run up the middle on first down. So the quarterback kept it for almost 6 yards at 2nd and 4.
That's a jet sweep read. He did a good job of reading those linebackers, following the jet sweep motion, and picked up valuable yards there. He's an effective runner.
He is, and that's why he is playing quarterback, because he can throw a little bit and he can run. Got 2 backs in the backfield with him. Hands it, and not much room there. I think that's Tovar again with the carry. He's had the majority of the carries tonight. He's up to the 23, so it'll be 3rd down and about 3. They've got to get to the 26. A couple of subs come in for both. Well, we sub back in the defensive end, Jacob Rice, for Pearson. Rice had a couple of big plays in the first half. So 3 receivers to the far side. Mendoza wants to run. Late pitch. First down carry as he gets up, plus the 31 to the 32. Great job that time. Yeah, Monica. So 1st and 10 from the 28.
Well, they blocked the defensive end. With a 3-down lineman, you block that defensive end, then you can actually option off of the outside linebacker. Outside linebacker has to come take the quarterback, who's an effective runner, and the pitch was good, and they made the first down.
2-by-2 receivers. He wants to throw, has some pressure. Rice was in there. Now he throws it late and throws it into the bench.
I'm not sure why they don't call that a clip. Defensive end had a chance to get the running back, and he was blocked in the back right there. So no call.
And that was behind the line of scrimmage, right?
Yes.
So that should have been still a viable call.
A clip is a clip.
A clip is a clip. Yeah. Sometimes at the line of scrimmage in a scrum,
you
get away with it.
Right in there.
That was a little more. That was a little more open in the backfield. All right, so 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Wolves defense needs a stop. Motion. Snap. He wants to throw. Looks left. Shut down. Now he throws it over the middle. Davenport player was the closest one to it. And here's a late flag, maybe intentional grounding.
I'm not sure what they're going to call here.
Davenport players were clapping, so we'll see.
Well, that ball, the closest, quote, receiver was number 52. So I'm not sure.
An eligible player downfield.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. It was a screen, but he didn't throw it. So they're going to call grounding on that.
Oh, he called an eligible man downfield.
Yeah, because he threw it deep. If he had thrown it short, then it would have looked like a screen pass, and no harm, no foul.
But they didn't mark it. Did we turn it down?
I guess they turned it down so they can make it.
Yeah, so it's 3rd and 10 because we declined it. Okay. Because it's only 5 yards.
Yes.
To throw, Mendoza's got some pressure. Gets out of the initial batch of pressure. Now gets tripped up and brought down on a great play by Yankee again.
I can see why they play number 40 as much as they do. He's a very active defender. He's all over the place.
He goes like the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
He just keeps running all the time. He's chasing everything.
He's getting some valuable playing time tonight.
Yeah, because all 3 starter defensive linemen are seniors, and 2 of the backups are seniors. He's the only junior.
Let's catch this punt.
Scott catches this one at 37. That's a block in the back. That's a clip. So he's going to run it back, comes near side, gets a couple of blocks, gets out to the edge, stays in bounds, but it's coming back nonetheless. Out past the 30, but it'll come back on a clip right at the catch.
Yeah, it was right at the official's line of vision. So
right.
Kid's hustling. He's trying to make a play, trying to get the block to spring the touchdown. Nothing more satisfying than watching that on film, knowing that your block is the one that got him free, but you can't hit him there.
So the clip at the 40 should take it back to the 25, shouldn't it, or is it 10 yards?
Yes, let's see what they do here. Well, they threw the flag there. I don't know exactly where the clip happened. It'll be a 10-yard penalty.
10 yards, okay.
So we'll have regular field position for Davenport. They were successful in the first quarter with really good punt returns and set up their offense for short fields. So now they'll have a regular drive to overcome the 70 yards to get in the end zone.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. Pass over the middle, and Hunter can't hang on to it. It goes through his hands.
Might have got tipped. He's a good receiver. Might have got tipped a little.
Won't argue with that. So 2nd and 10. 9:02 left in the 3rd. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 3 receivers down here on the near side, 1 on the far. He's going to throw again. This is Whitworth. Has 1 man to beat in the open field and gets brought down on a nice open field tackle. Good job by the safety, Garcia. So it's 3rd and short, 3rd and a long 2. Fallon, 1st down. Hernandez met him and carried him for about 5 extra yards because Fallon didn't want to go down. Quickly, they're back at it. Torres wants to throw, has a long out, has a man over the middle. It's Scott, and he catches it, a bobbled catch, but he caught it nonetheless. Down at the 15, coverage again, same play by Garcia. He got a hand on it.
Scott's just getting better and better.
Yeah.
You know, we get to broadcast a couple more games of theirs this year. You're gonna see great things from him.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. They give it to Fallon. Not much up the middle, but he still gets 3 yards. I'm telling you what, that was nothing, and he got 3.
Yeah, how many times have I heard you say not much there for 6 or not much there for 4?
Yeah.
He's just doing a great job.
He just keeps the legs churning, and he's got great vision, and he's patient. You've said that so many times.
Well, the quarterback is just really he's growing up in front of us right now. He's not a sophomore
Fallon
anymore.
again breaks through the middle, runs over a tackler, and gets 1st down yardage. He met Hernandez in the hole and ran right over him.
Got to take your take your hat off to a young quarterback executing this offense and just taking them down the field.
That he has. Torres, sidearm throw, had a man in the end zone. It's Scott, and he can't. No, they say incomplete. Boy, I'd like to see a replay.
I'd like to see that again.
Yeah. We thought he caught it, but.
Great effort.
Yeah, great effort nonetheless. So 2nd and goal from the 4.
You know, those play action passes this deep in the red zone, they're not easy because the defense doesn't have to defend the whole field. They just got that little 10-yard end zone. It makes those throwing lanes a little different.
How about that offensive line that woke up here in the 3rd quarter? They're making some blocks. Fallon again hops over the line of scrimmage, gets met in the hole and stopped at the 1. Great defensive play. Not so sure it wasn't Garcia and a couple of others. Maybe DeLuna met him in the hole and pushed him back. So it is 3rd and goal from the 1.
Now they're bringing in 2 backs. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a 2 tight end set or maybe even a 3-back set. Don't be surprised if it's not Fallon at quarterback in that Wildcat thing.
They took out a tight end, brought in another tight end.
And a fullback.
And a fullback.
Yeah, quarterback's going wide. Here comes Fallon at quarter. Nope.
Nope. Fallon is behind him. And they give it to the up back, and he scores a touchdown. Great job for Cale Solidum.
Watch all the offensive linemen giving him some love on that touchdown. He's one of them, you know. He's one of the guys that blocks all the time. So for him to pick up the touchdown, offensive linemen like to see that. It's an impressive 70-yard drive.
It was. And took over 5 minutes. No, they took, what was that, 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. The extra point is good. 35-0 Davenport up here in the 3rd quarter. We're back after this timeout on the Wolves Network.
Gilman Automotive is San Antonio's #1 auto team. Choose from a stadium-sized selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. If you're looking for a Honda, Subaru, or Mitsubishi, see Gilman Honda, Gilman Subaru, or Gilman Mitsubishi. And best of all, they all come with the Gilman Promise. We promise you'll love your new car or you can bring it back.
Gilman, it's the way to go.
Ashton Mercer will kick it off from the 40 with 6:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 35-0. First points since the 1st quarter, as the Wolves get on the board on a 70-yard drive that took 3.5 minutes. Capped by Cale Solidum on a 1-yard touchdown run. Scoreboard needs to fix the timeouts. They're still what we had at the end of the half. Mercer's kickoff through the end zone. This one way deep in the end zone, about 8 or 9 yards deep.
To the top of the
top of the W.
Yeah,
he
right.
landed the first quarter ones, first
Right
half
on
ones
it,
in the W. This one was on top of the W.
I guess he heard all those coaches talking about we need to do a little better. He thought he meant they meant him too.
Him
and
too.
He did, yeah. Well, they played better on defense and got the ball back, caught the punt.
Yeah.
Got a penalty, set them back a little bit, but they took the 70-yard drive for a score, 35-0. Uh-oh.
There's a long run, basically right up the gut.
They blitzed both inside backers, and they ran just the perfect play for that. You know, somebody was in the wrong gap.
Right.
And it's well blocked too. Let's give the Grams some credit. But that was a blitz by both linebackers. It didn't work too well.
Mojica for 32 yards from the 25 to the Wolves 43. So 1st and 10 from the 43. They're in Wolves territory again. 6:08 to go on a 3rd quarter running clock. Mendoza keeps it and has a nice spinning run, finally brought down by Turner, but not until he gets almost 6.
You know, you don't talk about yards after contact when a quarterback runs it, because so many times they down it or try to take a knee and protect themselves. He's a running back that happens to be their quarterback. He's a good runner.
So 2nd and 4 from the 37. We'll go under 5.5 minutes to go in the third when they snap this one. 2 backs on either side of Mendoza. He gives it, and there's another broken tackle. This again, Mojica onto the Wolves 21 on another first down run of a lot of yards, 16, 17 yards. Singletary finally got him.
Yeah, Singletary makes a touchdown-saving tackle on that. He beats a good downfield block to get around the block and make that tackle. You watch and see if Davenport doesn't keep him out of the end zone here because of his good play.
So 1st and 10 from the 21. This is the best drive that the Rams have had all night. They're in Wolves territory as we're at 4:55 in the third quarter now. Motion. They hand it to Mojica again. This time he's caught in the backfield. Great job. Miles Jones, another tackle. We called him early in the game, and now
Miles Jones is on a blitz there, and you think, well, they just turn him loose on a blitz. No, you got to know your gap, and you got to read the backfield flow. It's not just, just ram or run in there and dive on something. He's a good player, and they're effective with their outside backer blitzes to stop the run.
Play clock at 12 as they're still in the huddle trying to get the play in. I don't know if they're going to get this off. They did earlier tonight.
They're going to have to call a timeout on this one. They won't make this.
4, 3, 2.
No.
They call a timeout. No. Flags come before.
See if they'll.
Are they going to honor the timeout? Nope.
They're going to walk it off.
So it's a 5-yard delay of game penalty. I thought the coach was moving over towards the official on the sideline, but they didn't give it to him.
You can't make those mistakes in the red zone. The Davenport,
right.
2 long runs by the Rams, but now Davenport's defense has stiffened up and has a chance to keep them out of the end zone. Even though they didn't like those 2 long runs, this will be a good test for their defense now.
2nd and 15. Split receivers, 2 backs in the backfield and a tight end. Hand it to the second back, just Tovar. Has a little bit of momentum, but then gets shoved back. Not much there. Broadus was down at the bottom of that pile, so he was one of the first ones there. Also down at the very bottom of the pile is Brady Holton.
Yeah, Brady Holton made a good play there. He did the initial hard work and held on to him while everybody else got there.
Christian Aguilar is also in there at nose tackle right now.
It's a big third down for both teams.
So 3rd and about 13. They need to get to the 11. Mendoza looks like he wants to run. Gets caught in the backfield, gets away from a tackler, gets some good yardage, probably 5 or 6 yards to the 18, but it's 4th down and about 7. So what do? They're going to go for it probably.
Yeah, 35-0. You want to, I don't know. Maybe they're going to give their field goal kicker a try.
Oh, my. I told you in warm-ups I thought the snapper was very slow.
Yes.
And I thought his leg strength wasn't that good. But here's a field goal try from 35 yards. Not much of a wind. We've said that here in the second half. The winds have all but died down. Just a little bit of a breeze now. Shouldn't affect the ball. They're having some trouble lining up. Play clock at 5. Snap is high. The hold is down. It's blocked. It'll be Davenport ball.
Yeah, that was a difficult snap. You mentioned earlier that they've had 3 different players punt, and it looks like they're having some trouble with their extra point and field goal. They got some things to work on. That was not very well executed. That high looping snap gives your block unit a chance.
Renteria was the kicker. He is the place kicker. He is also listed as a possible punter, but he hasn't punted tonight. So Davenport ball from their own 32, 1st and 10. Fake to Fallon, throw to the edge. It's Scott, has one man to beat, gets around him. Now he's got the sideline with a safety cut. He gets by the safety. Now he cuts back upfield. He could go all the way. And on the first play from scrimmage, a 68-yard pass play from Torres to Scott.
What did I say earlier, that we're going to see some great plays from him later in the year. I really meant later in this quarter.
I was going to say
later in the next drive.
It's later in the year. It's just not that much later.
Not later. What a great move after the catch. The ball was thrown. This sophomore quarterback is coming into his own. That ball was in the air before he completed his break. That's going to be tough to stop for teams in district.
Mercer's kick is up and good. It's 42-0. The Wolves on top. 1:58 to go in the third. Timeout on the field on the Wolves Network.
The Heidelberg Materials Surftex Quarry has been producing crushed stone since 1936. Our products are vital to our infrastructure and economy. We are committed to giving back and supporting our local community. As one of the largest employers and taxpayers in the area, we provide significant economic benefits to Garden Ridge and the surrounding communities. We are more than just a stone quarry. We provide a material to build the future.
And we're back. Davenport up 42-0. We're just talking about Caden Scott, how good he is. People are going to have to focus on him.
They're going to have to find a way to put an underneath defender. It doesn't have to draw up as double coverage, but you've got to take the short game away with a linebacker or the corner and have a safety over to the top. So, and Davenport so far has distributed the ball to 5 different receivers, including backs out of the backfield. So that's not an easy task when you start talking about doubling somebody.
That ball never got more than 20 yards up above the field, and the line drive went to the goal, hit the goal line.
It was just the bottom of the W this time. So, I mean, he's still right there in that spot, though. All his kicks have been in this direction, and all of his kicks have been unreturnable.
Now, remember the first one of the half
was over here? Okay.
No, it was down here.
Yeah.
But it was short.
And they did return one. They did return one.
They bobbled it to the 15.
And so really, that was their worst field position on the attempted return.
Yeah. So from the 25, they have a 1st and 10. Mendoza with a back either side of him now. He keeps it. Gets met in the hole by Yankee. Ends up getting a couple of yards up to the 28, a gain of 3 at 2nd and 7.
I'm going to bring up Singletary again. I mentioned it on the blocked field goal possession for the Rams. He made a great tackle, and in this day of cover guy is what they call those kids, cover guy, because they're not really run stoppers. But he made a great open field tackle that kept the Rams out of the end zone.
So 2 receivers near, 1 to the far, 2 backs on either side, 1 on either side of Mendoza. Mojica gets it. Man, he's got a scheme going that he's got some open spaces. Brought down at the 40, 39 actually. It's 1st down yardage though. As he is just I'm trying to say they're trying to almost sweep him, but they're keeping it tight.
Yeah, it's a counter play. They got 2 pullers, but then he's being patient, and the linebacker needs to be a little bit tighter to the gap. That's, the defensive end comes under those blocks to spill it. The linebacker needs to be ready for the spill, and so far that play's been pretty effective for them.
Closing minute of the 3rd quarter. Fumble on the handoff. This is Tovar. Didn't get a good handoff from Mendoza. He's brought back to the 37, a loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 12. And that could be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Depends if they want to run one more play on 2nd and 12 going this direction. Game clock is about 2 seconds more than the play clock. And I think they're going to let it run.
Yes.
Certainly think that would be. Why did the clock stop?
I don't,
the game clock stopped, but the play clock.
The whole
scoreboard just went out, but the play clock has the time, and that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break, 42-0. The Wolves are on top back after this timeout with the 4th quarter on the Wolves Network.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Wolves lead 42-0.
There we go.
Spend it apart. Spend
It's 2nd and 12 for the Rams from their own 37-yard line. Mendoza throws it on a wide receiver screen, and it'll be incomplete.
There's old Singletary
There's
again.
Singletary again on coverage.
They try to block him, but he beats the block, and he's there. That's not a great play for the Rams. They either work on that a whole lot more or stop running in this game, because Davenport has defended that outside screen, hitch screen really well.
Yankee was out there. Jones was out there. There were a lot of defenders out there seeing that coming. So 3rd and 12. Mendoza wants to throw, but he has pressure right away. Gets away, rolls right, throws against his body, and throws it incomplete. Intended for Ortiz, but it's incomplete. Good coverage by the Wolves. They'll force a punt.
I think that whole play was designed to come this way, rolling from the quarterback. And when he spins back, those receivers have to know that it's what we call scramble rules. And they, some of them go deep, some of them go short. So he had 2 receivers in the same spot for that ball that he was kind of trying to throw away, which makes it susceptible to an interception. And Scott gets another chance to touch the ball on this return.
Rodriguez, the punter. Decent punt all the way to Scott at the 26. Has a couple of blockers in front of him. Cuts through the crowd, breaks a leg tackle, breaks another leg tackle, gets spun down and pushed out of bounds, but not until he's into Rams territory on a nice return of about 18 yards to set up the Wolves with good field position.
Yeah, that's a really big part of their success in the first quarter was his return game and the guys blocking for him. That whole punt block, punt return unit played really well in the first quarter. Second quarter, they let a couple of balls hit the ground, and they got a good Ram roll. I made that sound funny, Ram roll.
Yeah.
And, it kept the Rams in the game. So kicking game is always important.
Different quarterback is Brady Eggleston, a junior. First down run. Is that Solidum that ran it?
Yes.
Okay. So a gain of about 4.
I believe they're giving Fallon a little time off,
I
too.
think he's got the rest of the day off. Eggleston bobbles the snap. We had a hold there. Didn't get whistled. Then he throws it away on the run coming out to the side. He was outside the pocket, and he threw it away. That's legal.
Smart.
But there was a hold on the
yes.
Kind of grabbed the back of a defensive lineman that started to chase his rollout. So 3rd and about 6. They need to get to the 38. They're at the 44. Good snap, hands it off. Solidum gets tripped up. Nice play by the defender on that play to get him down. That was Matthew Abrego, the middle linebacker. So 4th and 3 from the 41. What are we going to do?
Eat up a lot of this play clock and probably run the football.
They're going to go for it. Still 15 on the play clock. And there's a first down.
Number 31, Kaylee on the carry, and that's enough for a way to go, Gilman. First down.
Kale Solidum to the 33, first down yardage. The drive continues. 10:09 on a game clock. 42-0 Davenport on top. Solidum going right again. Bullies his way and then gets popped back. Not until he gets about 5 or 6 yards up to the 28.
It's a subtle difference between him and Fallon. He's an accomplished runner too, but he's more straight ahead, and you better watch out when you get there.
Going to throw it to the corner. That was Solidum, who just came out of the backfield. It's incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Hernandez, the safety.
Got a whole set of receivers in here now. The tight end's still in the game, but the other receivers are new.
Eggleston's going deep across the middle, has a man. Touchdown. Great throw by Eggleston and a great catch by Travis Cost. a senior receiver, as the Wolves are on the board again.
It's a well-executed play by the backups there. That's valuable. Get those kids some confidence that they can come in and spell the guys that are ahead of them, or at least challenge them sometimes for more playing time. That's a great route and a really fine throw.
Fallon is still the holder. Mercer is still the kicker. Kick is good. So Wolves up 49-0 on the Wolves Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it thinking about the future. Spend it enjoying the moment. Spend it watching them grow. Spend it wishing they'd stop. Spend it believing in yourself. Spend it believing in something just a little bigger. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Back at Davenport High School, where the Wolves are up 49-0 over Del Rio. 9:34 left in the game. Mercer to kick off. First time this direction. And that one will be fielded at the goal line and bobbled. Middle of the field is the return. Not much room. Avoids some tacklers and comes near sideline. And that was Cost, who had a chance at him, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. And that's Mercer, who got the tackle, who got him out of bounds, number 7. The man who caught the touchdown is the one that hit him initially.
Yeah, kickers are always excited when they get to tackle. Maybe the kicking coach is saying, you know what, you shouldn't be off in. Be careful.
We do. Is there a flag on the play?
Referees are talking about something there at the 32-yard line.
Ball was spotted at the 35 on the return. They're going to bring it back. To the 26, is that
26.
right? 26 or 30? The chains are at the 26. Personal foul, the ball can't be clear up there. Oh, is a personal foul on us?
Personal foul on Davenport,
Okay.
but I don't know where the foul occurred. I didn't see anybody mark the penalty off. So
illegal participation. Did his helmet come off? That's
or,
about the.
Or he ran out of bounds.
Carter Page.
Yeah, maybe his helmet.
Oh, no. They're saying it's on them.
Wow.
So it was their 28. Figure out that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Elias Lopez.
Unless he went out of that.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Blockers usually don't go out of bounds, so referees are still sorting this out. We're not sure where we got this ball, and I don't know why it's not. Yeah, now it should be directly on the hash. Oops, that's a bigger.
So they only went 10 yards. They didn't go 15. So the ball's at the 16-yard line now, first of 10. The chains have to go with him. There you go. So first down. And that's not Mendoza. That's the backup quarterback who makes a late pitch. The quarterback, Ivan Ramirez.
Yeah,
he's played a little bit.
The Wolves have a lot of backups
Right.
in on defense too, getting some valuable playing time.
I think both teams are playing a lot of bench players at this point. Although I do still see Singletary out there at a corner. So a gain of 6 on first down. Nice run that time. That's Ramirez with the run on the quarterback keeper. He gets a first down up now to the 30-yard line, actually at the 30-yard line. It's first and 10 for the Rams. 8:33 to go 8:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. So Ivan Ramirez is the quarterback. Two backs, one behind him, one beside him. Better blocking that time as the running back had a hole, finally tackled, but not until first down yardage. And Nolan Brown, a backup linebacker, got the tackle. So the clock continues to run, 49-0. Wolves still on top. Ramirez on first down. Bobbles the handoff, it's loose, and I think Davenport fell on it.
Have this ball.
It is Davenport ball.
Yeah.
'96. Christian Aguilar with the recovery.
Not so sure he wasn't the guy that knocked the ball out of the quarterback's hand, too.
Yeah, I think you're
That's
right.
a really good play.
I think you're right. So Wolves get the turnover with 7.5 to go in the game, up 49-0.
Yeah, this will be as many backups as they can put in there now.
Yeah, so many backups. I don't have them on the depth chart that I have. So we'll continue to check the roster. Carter Page is in at tailback. The quarterback makes the throw.
Number 17 makes
Good
a catch there.
Good catch. Caden Dolman, the backup corner or tight end, backup tight end.
Yeah.
He's just a sophomore. So this is Eggleston. Gives it to Page. Hole on the right side. First down yardage on second and short. Page is a senior, making his 13th or 14th carry of the year. They're getting different defensive line players in. We move our receivers from right to left. So 3 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Eggleston moves the running back to his left. Gives it to him going right. There's a hole in the middle. No, he kept it and threw it. Good catch.
81.
Squirting ahead, that is Cost again. Travis Cost, the senior wide receiver. So the Wolves with a first down at 49-0. Will go under 6 minutes to play when this play is going on. Eggleston gets the play, calls it out to the line. Another handoff to Page going right across the 5. Brought down there, so it'll be second and goal from the 4 as we go under 6 minutes to play. So a bunch of Wolves in there. Page the tailback, Eggleston the quarterback. Page has it again. Stopped short of the end zone. Eggleston got spun around after handing it off.
The second group offensive line is doing a really good job, too.
Landon Acosta at guard. Bunch of different backups on the offensive line. Now the play change comes in. 5:05 to go in the game. Eggleston moves his back. Now we're ready. Takes the snap. That's Page going right. Doesn't get in on third and goal from the 2. He gets to the 1, so it'll be 4th and goal. Here comes Solidum back in. He'll get the carry, you think?
I don't know if he's going to go to the blocking back or the tailback.
You think he'll be the decoy?
He may be the blocker.
We're gonna huddle up on this one.
Yeah, that's a weird thing or a rare thing for Davenport to do is to actually have an offensive huddle.
Right.
They're ready to go fast. They haven't needed that in this game. So they didn't have to show that to the scouts.
Gotta hurry as we huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. Now under 10 seconds. We break at 6. Solidum is the blocker. Page is the tailback. Solidum blocks. Page doesn't get in the end zone, and we turn it over on downs at the goal line as they had some penetration by their middle linebacker Abrego. So with 4:11 to go in the game, Del Rio has the ball at their own 3-yard line.
You know, the Rams are behind 49-0. That's not hard to figure out. But they played so much better in the second quarter, and then they didn't want halftime to happen. You know, the Davenport got in there and looked in the mirror or got told by a coach, we can play better, we need to do this, we need to do that. Whatever they said has been very effective, because this second half, the defense has been flawless and the offense has been very exciting. You know, a lot of different kids touching the ball, but they're all been very successful.
Defense wakes up there and pushes the running back in the end zone, but he got out to the 3.
He got out to the 3,
so it was just a good tackle. Ramirez, the quarterback. Aguilar, Sims, Rice all look to be out there. Doherty, Flanagan, Reyna. There's a running back, doesn't get much though, stopped at the 3-yard line again. It'll be 3rd down and about 10.
Yeah, the Rams are probably going to have to execute a punt from their own end zone, which is never fun. And they've had issues snapping the football in their special teams.
Right.
So this is a big chance for somebody on the defense to make a big play, maybe even score a touchdown.
We've gone under 3 minutes to go in the game. They break the huddle with 10 now on the play clock. Handoff. Barely gets out of the end zone before he's bottled up. That was Mojica. Back to the 3 he gets. So it is 4th down, and they're going to have to punt. Game clock goes to 2.5 seconds as they'll punt from their own end zone. And as Coach Lind has said, that's been a precarious situation they've been in all game.
The punter would say it if he could get, if he could get away with it. I didn't really sign up for this job.
Yeah.
Punting from here is no fun.
So
but
he
let's
has
see
to
what
make
he does.
sure he doesn't go out of the end zone. That's a safety. Good snap. Gets the kick off. A decent kick. Scott fields it and calls for a fair catch.
That's smart. He needs to execute that later in other games.
Yep.
He doesn't need any more return yards with a chance of injury. That's just a smart play on the Davenport coach's part. Should get a 2-minute warning after this play, and they shouldn't have to run too many more plays.
Right. So the offense should be able to run the clock out with a handful of plays. Because of the 2-minute warning, they'll have to get a first down.
Yes.
Mizell, Hunter Vestal, Landon Acosta out there on the offensive line. Also out there, Perez. First down carry by Page. Luke Lindy also out there, and there's the 2-minute warning with 1:59. We'll keep it here. So the backups on the offensive line are in there. We'll have a bunch of different receivers. We've already seen Cost catch a touchdown pass.
We've seen 17, the backup tight end.
Doman.
Doman catch a ball.
Ball's at the 33 with 1:59 to go. It'll be 2nd and about 7. They need to get to the 26. Offensive line comes back. Carson Skade, a sophomore, is out at receiver. Page, the tailback. Eggleston, the quarterback. We give it to Page. He finds a lead blocker, gets through the hole, and gets first down yardage, or close to it.
Close to the first down.
I think they're going to mark him just a yard shy. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard, maybe a full yard. I don't know. Yeah, just a little bit more than a yard. Taking their time on 3rd and short. Play clock still at 22. Eggleston gets the play. Offensive line gets set. Snapped it in a hurry. Page gets a first down, then gets tripped up by the secondary. Good tackle by Garcia to stop the touchdown. Play clock now at 1:12 running. Game clock at 30, so we really only need to run a couple more plays.
Two plays for sure.
Yes. I got to take some time, though.
Yeah, Davenport will snap this with
Should
a
snap
small
it.
amount of time on the clock, and they may get away with not even having to run another play after this one.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. Play clock at 2. Ball is snapped. He takes a knee with 40 seconds left in the game. The play clock at 40 runs. That's the final play of the game. So the Davenport Wolves move to 4-0. Del Rio falls to 0-4 on a heck of an effort tonight by the Wolves. 49-0.
Yeah, they had a little hiccup there in the second quarter, but other than that, pretty flawless on all phases of the game. They're tuned up and ready for their district, and it's going to be hard for the teams in district to match what Davenport's got going right now.
And yet, we saw a lot of different receivers be in the game. We saw 4 different running backs carry the ball tonight, which is what you want to see in a game like this.
Yes.
But your defense had one lull in the second quarter where they didn't do as much as they could have. And really, Del Rio had one good possession where they clicked in 2 possessions, one in the second quarter, one in the fourth quarter.
Being a defensive coach, we can get kind of grumpy. We can point to the scoreboard and say, you know what, they don't have any points. So that's a pretty good job. And they're right, that the Rams did get some momentum. Quarterback had some success running the ball. But when they did get down there inside the red zone, the defense said, that's enough. We'll have none of that. So if you're an opponent watching, from another school in their district getting ready to play them, you better get ready, because I'm just telling you, Davenport is a really good football team right now.
Next week, the Davenport Wolves are at Pleasanton. Pleasanton right now, well, if they're at Pleasanton, that's a non-district game still. No?
I believe that's a district game.
That is a district game. So we'll see what happens next week. Right now, we have this final for you. It was Davenport 49, Del Rio 0. For Brad Lynn, this is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. Davenport wins 49-0.
I want options for growth at my job.
Anderson Columbia builds roads to success.
I'm a leader and want to help inspire others.
What we do is a team sport, needing your best every day.
I want to enjoy my career. Working here is a real blast.
Anderson Columbia protects the environment while fostering progress.
Consider Anderson Columbia when building your future.
Are you a senior this year?
Since 1990.